What is going on, our squad? Now, as you may know, Phasmophobia got a new major update. The long-awaited update 0.3 is finally here. Now, yesterday you guys saw me post my first impressions that we had when I was live on stream. Today I want to go over the patch notes with you guys to kind of explain what's going on, especially with the famous dots projector that nobody truly knows what's going on with that thing. By the way, I can assure you, we saw it on stream today. It works. You can really see the ghosts, but it happens really fast, at least for now. I hear they're working on it to make it more obvious. You'll see for yourself in some clips I'm about to post. Let's get right into it. One of the major things new in this update right now is the sprint rework. You can now sprint for 3 seconds at increased speed with a 5-second recharge. So you do a little burst and then you have 5 seconds. You can try to cheat it if you want by just like doing a little burst and stopping, a little burst and stopping, but eventually it ends up catching up to you. Like it keeps track. You can't just spam it and play with it. The regular walking speed has been changed to the old sprinting. So basically when you're just walking, you're going the speed that we used to know. Obviously, nobody's going to miss having the old walking speed. VR teleporting. To replicate sprinting, we've added an inner and outer UI circle to represent teleport range. That I have not tested yet. I believe the way it sounds right now, these will adjust in size depending on how far the player has chosen to teleport. So the teleport, the way it sounds right now, it sounds like, while I could have tested it, I have not tested it yet. It sounds like it's like Half-Life Alyx, when you hold the button and you can kind of like choose where you want to teleport. But it must be within a certain radius of the circle, otherwise it would be easy to just outrun the ghost and always teleport away, right? Obviously, because of the sprint rework, the ghost's speed has now been changed. Increase the acceleration of ghosts during a hunt when they can see you. So generally speaking, like now all the ghosts, they kind of feel like the Rev used to feel like. You know, when he would see you, like it would zoom at you. Now that's where you have to be clever with your sprint to use it at the right time to be able to kind of make your way to a closet or anywhere you can really hide, or at least attempt to hide. So normally back in the days when the ghost would start hunting, it would start flashing in front of you, right? But it used to take up to 5 seconds apparently, because now they lowered the ghost hunt delay before it moves from 5 to 3 seconds. So pretty much when the ghost starts like being active and you know it's gonna hunt, you need to run away, because you're gonna get in trouble. So that's about it for the sprint rework. In my opinion, it's a great addition to the game. It is annoying that after 3 seconds you're panting. Like when you play with people, you end up panting. All you hear around the house is people panting. It's an interesting touch. I believe it's the start, it's the foundation of something that they're going to be able to develop in maybe in a better way at some point. But it definitely adds a lot of speed to the game. Because I remember back in the days, I couldn't imagine running faster and having faster ghosts because the houses were so small. But it turns out it works well. So the new stuff I added to the game, they have 2 new types of ghosts. They have Goryo and Myling. Goryo. The description of Goryo is using a video camera is the only way to view a Goryo when it passes through a dots projector. So the dots projector are a new item in the game that we're going to be discussing about soon. In the case of a Goryo, the only way to see it go through it is with a video camera. So when you start suspecting that the ghost that you're dealing with is a Goryo, being around with the video camera is not going to work. You have to leave the video camera and go in your van. Also explains what's coming up next, because the Goryo's unique strength, a Goryo will usually only show itself on camera if there are no people nearby. So that's kind of like it's a double difficulty there, especially if you need to figure out with the dots projectors. Their weaknesses, they're rarely seen far from their place of death. At first I thought that didn't really mean anything, but when you think about it, it's like, well, the room that they're hunting is the place of death. So they're not going to be like roaming too far away from that one. Versus some other ghosts that, like, especially lately, they love to just roam everywhere. Now Myling is a very vocal and active ghost. They're rumored to be quiet when hunting their preys. Unique strength, a Myling is known to be quieter when hunting. Weaknesses, Mylings more frequently make paranormal sounds. Don't exactly know what that means. It could be all the overall like effects around you and, you know, what I used to call the Cheerios breath, like that kind of stuff. That's what I'm guessing it would be. Because other than that, it would be maybe being active elsewhere, but I sincerely doubt that. So that's about it for the 2 new ghosts. Something new as well, they added new equipment, the famous dots projector. Now that one is a tough one to deal with right now because what you're looking for truly, I'm telling you right now, it might be a little tip here. What you're looking for truly is the silhouette of the ghost, but it's running through.
Since it's confirmed that it's gonna be there. Did you see that?
So like it's like seeing the outline of the silhouette like in this kind of like green tone. People were saying white, but it looks like mostly green when you look at it, and it's just like zooming through it. So that's the new item that actually adds a lot of moodiness to the game, in my opinion. So that's a nice little item to have now. The electronic equipment that you have is gonna alert the ghost to tell the positioning, similar to voice. So like if you go somewhere and you have your flashlight open, your EMF open, the spirit box in your hands open, the ghost is gonna be able to hear that and follow it to find you. So make sure you turn them off before hiding. Something else new as well is like the hunts are affecting all the electronics now, like everything up to the pictures. If you have a ghost that is getting close to you and while it's hunting, even the picture you're gonna take is gonna be all like weirded out. That's a new really cool effect that they added to the game when the hunts are happening. See, this one is an explanation from the Myling. The Parabolic Microphone now allows you to hear the paranormal sounds when aimed towards the ghosts. See, that's something that I don't necessarily have encountered yet because I don't use the parabolic mic that much. Not that it was ever really useful before. You can now enable head bob in the settings. That's something new. It basically makes you go up and like the camera go up and down when you run or when you walk. It's not for everybody. I was trying it today. By the end of the stream, I didn't pay much attention to it, but it's not going to be for everybody, I can tell. All equipment minus the sound sensor has new visuals in effect. That goes for everything. The EMF, it's much. The K2 meter is much different. The spirit box is different. The spirit box now, we might talk about it later, but the spirit box now has like kind of a whisper of an answer. To me, it's a feature that I like and I don't like because it's getting us farther away from what a spirit box should be. A true spirit box would be obnoxious to have in the game anyway. But at the same time, something I like about the whisper is that it's definitely creepy, especially when it tells you, I'm right behind you. That kind of stuff. It definitely makes it creepier, in my opinion. They added a new post-processing effects for players in CCTV. What I'm thinking that is that the new night vision is like more of a black and white kind of thing. A bit harder to see than the original green that we're used to. So for the changes now, all ghost types have their evidence changed to make room for the 2 new ghosts and dot projectors. So now everything is scrambled. If you remember that, say, the demon was writing in the book Freezing Temps and Spirit Box, it's not the case anymore. It's changed. I could tell you all of them, but you're going to see for yourself when you play the game anyway. During a hunt, equipment and lights will now be affected when in range of the ghost. Now, what it means is that if you were like far away from the ghost and it was hunting, your flashlight would still go. Now it's not the case anymore. Pretty much the only way to figure out if the ghost is still hunting sometimes, it's either to be listening to it or to try to use your radio and see if you still have the static noise instead of having a clear line. Random ghost footsteps can now be only heard with a parabolic microphone. That is something, again, that I would have to test myself. Glow sticks glow for 30 seconds that fade over the next 30 seconds. So that already, instead of being constant, they're going to glow a bit longer. And from what was reported, they glow a bit stronger as well. So they're a bit more useful than what they used to be. I still don't use them. The spirit box text has been replaced with icons to show if the ghost is responding. Something that was confusing in my opinion at the beginning. When you say something, it doesn't work, there's going to be the X that's going to appear. When it's a ghost, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to see the ghost light up and you're going to hear the voice. Different? I'm okay with it. Not that the previous one was that much better, but okay, like it's their own take on that. I'll take it. Several sounds have been replaced. Overall, I've mostly just noticed the sounds that they added in the game. The infrared sensor functionality has been merged with the motion sensor. It's kind of the same thing. Now, the motion sensor, instead of just like having the light go from red to green, you're going to see the full white appearing when the ghost passes in front of it. Lighting has been improved for most maps. That I haven't really noticed a difference. I would say like the skybox was kind of different, like the moon being way stronger, like on the school when you go towards the school. The placement helper objects has new visuals. That's when you place something down, you know, like the silhouette of the item you want to put down. They have new visuals for that. Volumetric lighting has been improved on all maps to reduce the fogginess, so probably part of why I said the moon like reflects so much on the school now. It's pretty cool. It adds a nice little like mood to the game. When playing solo, you no longer have to use push to talk to use the spirit box if turned on in settings. So if you have the push to talk, back in the days there was a moment that like the spirit box would answer you without the push to talk, and eventually it would answer you without it. So now the spirit box hears you all the time, just like the ghost. So that's pretty cool. The ghost will no longer be visible at the start of the hunt until it starts moving. Now that's something that is even scarier now, because the ghost can sometimes spawn kind of far from the room. You know, like it can spawn in the adjacent room, and all you have as an idea is hearing the thumping and the noises of the ghost to have an idea exactly where it could be. That's much scarier considering you don't have 5 seconds to just kind of like stroll away. Now you have to make it fast, and you have to figure out where the ghost is really quickly. Player hand skin color now changed based on the character you're playing as. Well, that's pretty neat. Also, the hands so far, I'm assuming they're going to be talking about it. Also, the hands, they look much better. Like our fingers, they look kind of normal now. That's great. I like my fingers to not be broken when I use them. The tutorial has been updated with the new evidence type and new visuals that I haven't done, but it's good for the new people joining in to have an idea what the hell is going on in there. VR, the journal will now always be held in the left hand. Interesting. I haven't played the VR. I'm assuming it's really just like when you reach out for the journal with that left hand, considering the majority of people are going to be right-handed, I guess. I guess it's a quality of life kind of deal. The parabolic microphone can not only be used when inside, so you cannot cheat with the parabolic mic, I guess, from the outside. That's that. Several visual adjustments and several UI adjustments. It's left and right. Honestly, nothing too different when it comes to that. I think it's just something really... It might just be something barely noticeable, like the text kind of changed, maybe the way the journal was placed. I personally did not feel the difference. Maybe the text was darker. I don't know. I played the game a whole lot, but I didn't even notice those things. So we're going to go real quick over the fixes. I don't want to spend too much time on that. Show us, the famous show us phrase no longer makes ghosts interact twice. So that's cool. Fix the bug where you could mute the spirit box static by picking it up with a different object in your hand. Fix the bug where the ghost events were only lowers the host's sanity. Fix the bug where the ghost window knocks were not giving interaction evidence on most windows. Fix the bug where you could get the ghost to interact with objects with voice recognition in quick succession. Fix the common multiplayer crash for the host on the Asylum in multiplayer. Fix the bug where you could force the ghost to end the hunt using voice recognition. Fix the bug where you could get the ghost to interact with objects when you were dead with voice recognition. Fix the bug where you wouldn't always get a small map on the map selection screen. Fix the bug where the sensors couldn't be placed on certain doorways. Fix the bug where picking up sensors too quickly would keep them turned on in your hand. Fixed occlusion culling issues on several levels. Fix the bug where Danish and Finnish were the wrong order in the language section. Okay. Fix the bug where certain ghost animations would only play if you're the host. Fix the bug where the equipment sounds were broken when being held by a female character. That was oddly specific, but it's nice that they were able to find those bugs. So that's about it for the patch overview. I don't normally do that, but I figured we'd sit down for a moment and talk about it and just figure it out. I am extremely excited for what's coming up for Phasmophobia. I believe this is just merely the beginning of what they can bring to the table, especially now that DK is no longer developing the game. Let me know what you think of the game so far in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, all right?